guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look right here. I opted for a colourful eyeliner look today as I hadn't tried the brand that I used before in the colours, only in the black. So I decided to go for a nice purple wing and paint it with a purple lip. So yeah, I was really happy with how it came out. So if you are interested in seeing how I got this look, then just keep watching. Okay guys, so starting off then I'm going to be taking two foundations. I'm going to be taking the L'Oreal True Match and the NYX Cosmetics Flat But Not Matte foundation, I think. And I'm also going to be taking the Becca Cosmetics and JaclynHill Shimmering Skin Perfector, the liquid one, and mixing that in with my foundation as well. The reason I'm mixing foundations today is because obviously I was recently on holiday, so I come back with a bit of a tan, though you can't really tell on camera. And all of my foundations are a little bit too light for me now. So I'm taking a darker shade of the NYX one and mixing it with my normal L'Oreal one just to get a more suitable colouring for this tutorial. And I'm also popping a bit of the Shimmering Skin Perfector in because I did want a nice bit of glow. But as you will see after I have finished buffing it out, I kind of went a bit overboard with the illuminator because, well, my face was glowing and it kind of looked a bit greasy, if I'm perfectly honest. So if you are going to be doing this and mixing an illuminator into your foundation, then just do it little by little instead of a big blob like I did, because it didn't work out that well. But then once I added powder later on in the video, it did all turn out well and I was really happy with the finish. It did give a lovely flawless finish. So as you can see now, I'm just buffing it in with my Real Techniques Expert face brush, and then after it is all buffed into your skin, I'm going on to my eyebrows. Now I've fast forwarded this part up because I have got a eyebrow tutorial which I will link down below if you haven't seen it, but I'm using the NYX Cosmetics eyebrow cake powder to do this, and mine is in the shade medium dark, and I basically just mix in a bit of the wax and the two colours together to get the right shade for my eyebrows, and I'm just applying it and filling them in. Like I said before, mine are tattooed, so I've already got the shape there. It's just a case of filling them in. And then after you've applied your eyebrow pencil, powder, whatever it is you're going to be using, I'm then taking some LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Natural, and I'm just sharpening up the edges of my brows to make sure that they look nice and flawless. So you can just see that I'm going around the outline just to conceal any mistakes that I have made or anything like that. And then I'm just going to be buffing that in with the same brush that we used for foundation, just because it was on hand, and well, yeah, that's really it, just because it was on hand. So then after you have done this, it's time to prime the eyelids. So for primer today, I'm taking the Loreal eyeshadow primer. I can't really remember what it's exactly called. And I'm just dabbing a bit on my finger and then dabbing it onto the eye. This is my favourite primer. It didn't blend in as well. I much prefer the Benefit I can't think what it's called, but I prefer the Benefit one. And then after that, then you are going to want to take your Stila Eyes of the Window palette, which is the Mind palette I'm taking today, and I'm taking the shade Understanding, and on a fluffy fat brush I am just setting that all over my eyes to set the primer down to give us a nice base to work with the other colours that we're going to put on top. And then after I've buffed that in, I'm just taking some sellotape. I've already kind of rubbed it on my hand to de-stick it a little bit, and I'm just popping that on my eyes just to create a nice I can't think of the word, just to create a nice crisp finish with the eyeliner. Then after you've done that, you're going to go back into the palette and you're going to take the shade Wit, and you're just going to take that on a big fluffy blending brush. Mine is quite a fat fluffy blending brush. And just buffing that into the crease of my eye, bringing it up slightly onto the brow bone, nothing too insane. I just wanted a kind of bit of a transition colour more than anything, didn't want anything too dark or in your face. So after I buff that in, then I'm going to be taking the shade Imagination from the same palette, which is like a nice milky pink kind of shade. And on a dense brush, I am just patting that all over my mobile eyelid, as that is the main colour. I really wanted a bit of like baby pink, purple. That's the type of eye look that I had in my mind when I was doing this. So after you've buffed that in, then you're just blending everything out, and then you're going to be going into the body palette by Stila, and you're going to be taking Pink Diamond and just going to be popping that to the inner corner as our highlight. And then the star of the show today to create the eyeliner is the Milani Ultrafine eyeliner. This does have a name, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. It is just the purple eyeliner. It does say that it is a glittery one, a sparkly one. I personally don't think it's sparkly. I just think it's quite metallic-y. But I'm just using the sellotape as a guide, and I'm just drawing a nice fierce wing on my eye, and then I'm just, you know, following the eyeliner all the way to the inner corner. I really wanted the eyeliner to be like the main focus of this tutorial, so I did want it quite thick, quite long, quite sharp. That was what I had in my mind when I seen this eyeliner in my drawer. So you can just see now that I'm just perfecting that, making sure that it's all equal on both sides, as equal as I can possibly get it. And then after you have done your eyeliner, you are going to be going back into the Mind palette and taking the shade Brilliance, which is a nice matte white, and we're just using that as our brow bone highlight. Then I'm taking the NYX Cosmetics Eye and Eyebrow Pencil in the shade Black and using that to tightline my upper lashes. And then after this, it's time for some mascara. And as you all know, I'm using my most favourite mascara ever today. This is the Covergirl Supersizer Mascara in Black. If you haven't tried it, you seriously need to try it because it is amazeballs. So after you've done your mascara, then we are going to be applying some falsies. I'm taking Eye Candy's 302 lashes today, and as always, completely applying them out of frame because I suck at it. So after you've applied your lashes, it's time to do some highlighting, and I'm taking again the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Natural because it is my new found favourite concealer. I love it so much, and as you can see, I'm just applying that in a triangular motion underneath my eye, on my chin, on my cupid's bow, down my nose, my forehead, all the regular places that we normally highlight. Then I'm just taking my face brush that we used earlier again, and I'm just buffing all that in to my skin, making sure that it's nice and flawless and seamless, and it's all blended out bloody beautifully. So yeah, and then after you finish your highlighting, it is time to set it all in place. So today, as always, because I'm using it in every tutorial lately, because it is my favourite, I'm going to be taking the RCMA No Colour Powder, and I'm just going to be taking that on a setting brush again, and just popping that onto the areas that we just highlighted. So again, under my eyes, down my nose, my forehead, cupid's bow, all that good stuff, just to make sure that that concealer is set for the full day, that it doesn't move, it doesn't budge, and it gives a flawless appearance. So after we've done all that, then I'm going in for some extra coverage, and I'm taking the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder in Vanilla Rose, again as always, because you all know it's my favourite powder. And I'm just taking a fluffy face brush for this and just patting that all over my face to set everything down. And as you can see, the shine from the illuminator is kind of being matted down a little bit now, but it's still giving that a little bit of glow coming through, just not as intense, which is what I wanted in the first place. And then we're going to do some contouring. I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette today, the powder one, and I'm taking the shade FAWN on a round top fluffy brush, and I'm just applying that to all the areas that I want to add some shadow to, which as normal is your cheekbones and up onto your forehead, onto your jawline. I didn't want too much of a harsh, intense contour. I wanted it to be quite diffused. So I was just going back and forth, blending it out, making sure that it looked nice and seamless and it wasn't too in your face. And then after you have applied your contour, we are going to go in with some bronzer, and I'm going to be taking the Makeup Revolution bronzer, and it is in the shade Bronzer Kiss. This is a really natural bronzer, guys. It gives a really nice normal sun kissed glow to your face, if that's the best way to describe it. And I'm just popping that onto my cheeks again and up onto my forehead. And then as for blush today, I'm taking the Becca Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill face palette, and I'm taking Rose Spritz, which is a lovely shimmery pinky kind of colour. Just popping that onto the apples of my cheek, and then I'm going back into the palette and taking Prosecco Pop as my highlight. And like I said in my last video, this colour is like my holy grail of highlighter. It is beautiful. Honest to God, if you haven't got this palette, I'm really, really sorry, because this colour is amazing. It's one of my favourite highlighters I've ever used. So after that then we're going to be taking the body palette again, and we're going to be mixing the Amethyst and Tanzanite colours, which is a dark purple and a light purple, and we're just going to be buffing that into our lower lash line just to bring some colour underneath there, to make the eyes pop a bit. I didn't want to think too dark, so just going back and forth buffing that in. And then of course it's time to pop on some mascara, so I'm just using the same mascara that I used earlier. And then after that I wanted a bit more of a pop of colour, so I'm going in with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Peacock and just putting that on my waterline. And now it's time for lips. So today I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Vintage, and I'm just applying that to my lips as you normally do. I was a bit gutted that I used this colour at the end. I wish I'd stuck to more of a pinky colour or more of a baby pink, maybe even a nude. I felt like this was the wrong kind of shade of purple, but after I applied it, I was alright with it. You know, it did look nice, but I did go back in with another colour to try and not so much ombre the lip, but I wanted to just lighten the lip a little bit. I felt like it was quite dark. It looks a lot brighter in real life, don't get me wrong, but it looks a bit darker on camera. So I went back in with Milani, a more matte lip cream in the shade Babe, and I just applied that on top and patted it out with my fingers just to create a bit of an ombre effect and to lighten the colour up. And that's it for today's video, guys. This is the completed look. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, then please give this video a big thumbs up. As you all know, it helps me out a lot. And if you're not already, don't forget to click the little subscribe button down below if you would like to see more of me and my videos. Don't think there was anything else I wanted to say, but I hope you're having a great week wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. I don't know if I'm loving this lip. Oh, and I had lipstick on my teeth the whole damn time. Damn it. So yeah, if you are interested in seeing how I got this look, then just stay. Why cannot? Jesus Christ. I just can't speak today, like.